it's really rough for the average guy, to be honest, because women think that they deserve so many things. Like a guy that's 6'2" with a 10-inch and makes millions of dollars. It's just like so delusional what these girls think, and a famous guy and this and that. Like they have all these like crazy requirements of what they think they deserve because they like maybe got some drunk guy in that category to from one time. It's like what a guy will sleep with versus what a guy will marry or date are two very different things. And especially if you're talking about athletes, those motherfuckers will some like chicks that they don't even want to be seen with, right?
It's really a lot of stupid stuff, man. And it's one thing to dream, but a lot of these modern women are thinking that their dreams, they're thinking that their dreams are going to be an actual reality. Like, number one, number two, y'all are getting upset with men for following Instagram models, fitness, and basically these women who ain't got no clothes on, right? Y'all get mad at them for getting online, following these women, liking these women's pics or commenting, and y'all be doing the same thing on some of these men's posts. How is it any different? Delusional.
This actually happens. I don't know if this is a real legit video, but even my job is literally fired women because their OF accounts were found. Like this is a real thing, and women don't realize it until it's too late. Like you're literally losing your chances at getting employment at established businesses so you can potentially make $70,000 a year, but really only end up making $1,000 a month.
And ladies, stop dating men based on what other women think. There is no reason why you should be dismissing a man that you already like because your friends think that he's not tall enough or cute enough or funny enough or impressive enough. Y'all have been treating dating like it's some kind of competition to find the most conventionally attractive person that's also interested in you. And that's not what it is. If that's your mindset, you're treating men like a purse or an accessory, just something to compliment you while they stand there and do nothing. It's giving trophy wife, but in reverse. How did y'all reverse misogyny? Dating is supposed to be about finding someone who you enjoy spending time with, who cherishes you and loves you and respects you, as opposed to finding somebody that every time they walk into a room, your friends say, "Dang, girl, you did that." Why would that matter to you? Your relationship does not require group approval of any kind. The only opinion that matters is your own. Do you feel safe? Do you feel loved? Do you feel cherished? Everything else is noise. Because at the end of the day, your friends are not dating him. You are. Either you like him or you don't.
You open up to a woman, at least as a man, there's like a 98% chance that she's probably gonna ghost you or move on to a different man, okay? This tends to perplex a lot of people, and they often ask the question of why, and some people are just so jaded they stop asking why. They just decide that women are just like this and they live with it. But women often see men as ideas, not really who they are as an individual. So essentially, if you open up to a woman, you're becoming a real person. You can no longer fit in the confines of the idea, the box that she has placed you in.
I'm so sick of this. Oh my god. Touch a boob, buy a drink. I mean, it's like very simple.
Unless you don't find him attractive, then it's assault and he's going to jail. Y'all sit up for yourselves. Buy your own drink.
It is simple, or at least it was simple. Y'all are going to learn. Y'all are going to learn, hopefully relatively quickly, that it really don't matter what you do and what you say. For years, you've spoken. You've told men what you want them to do. And now that they're following your direction, you don't like the outcome. That's crazy work.
Yo, where you going? Where you going? Where you going?
I'm leaving you. You don't treat me right. You always broke. Don't you think I deserve a little bit better? And you know what? You better not call me. You better not text me. 'Cause I'm blocking you as soon as I leave. 'Cause you ain't never gonna be. Better. Cause you know goodness well you ain't gonna never find another good woman like me.
Because here's the problem. Here's the problem with modern marriage from a man's perspective, as far as I'm concerned. Most of the marriages I know, okay, the man provides financially. He protects, right? He, he's also there to be part of the family dynamic, taking care of kids, doing the things that he can do. What does the woman bring? She brings love, affection, a little bit of sweetness at the end of the day. She brings, taking care of kids. Okay, if you get divorced, every single thing on that side of the man equation, he can be compelled to do by the power of the state, and if he fails to do it, they can put him in jail. Nothing on that other side, the female side, is enforceable at law.
Girls think that they want to date a high-value man until he starts calling you out for not taking responsibility, before he starts holding you accountable, before he has higher standards for you than you have for yourself. Everyone talks about, oh, date a high-value man. This is what you do to have to attract a high-value man. But I've never heard anyone talk about actually dating a high-value man takes a totally different kind of woman. It's not for the weak. I have other friends who are dating very loving, very successful, perfectionist, ambitious men, and it is not for the weak.
And what most modern women don't understand is that's the man's job, is to have higher standards for you than you have of yourself. A lot of these modern women, their standards are superficial. They're nothing. These standards can be achieved in a day, because really all it is let me step up my makeup game. Get a blue blazer like Kim Kardashian had on at the Met Gala. It's not really a goal long term. Well, I guess, if Kim Kardashian had a blazer on at the Met Gala, it's probably going to cost like $10,000. So maybe that is a long term goal. But men that's their job, is to see the big picture. And so their standard of doing things isn't necessarily going to be to usurp you or to say that he's better than you, but it'll be to protect you and to provide for you long after he's gone. That man could pass away today, and he's trying to set you up and his babies up so that all of y'all survive, and not only survive, but you're thriving and you're living comfortably. So what he's saying is, we can go to Starbucks here and there. We can do all of those things. And then, especially if we have the money to, right? Go crazy. But we need to focus on the bigger picture and stop looking at all this small stuff and go ahead and build this thing so we can all be comfortable.
The biggest reason women cheat is the workplace.
Why do you think that is?
They're around guys all day.
Proximity is power. TR said that. If I marry a man who can't provide for me, and I have to go to work and answer to whom? Another man. Another man at work telling me when I can pee, when I can eat, when I can text you, my husband. But yet I'm supposed to open to you for orgasm, and I'm supposed to listen to you? Get your bag right before you get a woman.
That's why I never understood that whole thing about I can't find a good man. I can't stand that. There's good men everywhere. Look at them. Tons of good guys. Right? Yeah, good guy, good guy, good guy. A little creepy. Good guy, good guy, good guy. When you hear single women saying I can't find a good man, you're not finding them. You're not discovering them with a telescope to see where they're at. No, you're sorting through them. There's a difference. Yeah, because you have your choice. You are the one in power. You can be like, no, too stupid, too ugly, too hairy. Next. We can't do that as guys. We can't be like, no, too crazy. Too crazy. That comes standard in all of them? Okay. I like doing that joke because there's two type of women in the room right now. The ones that laughed at that joke, kiss them. Those are beautiful women. They know how to take a joke. They know I didn't say that personally to them. Then there's the ones that are staring at me like this. Because she thinks I'm talking about her. And I am.
Until you understand that women are literally children, you're not going to do very well with women. If you are taking women seriously and you are engaging with her as if she is your equal, you are going to get killed. She's going to kill you. You're going to get cooked. This starts from a very young age. They learn that they can do anything and get away with anything because their father is likely castrated and not allowed to discipline her. They don't even learn right from wrong. For example, instead of taking accountability, a woman will cry, argue, turn red, faint, lose her keys, lose her purse, call her ex, call her mother, kick the dog, run away, get a flat tire, go to jail. She will do all of this before she says, you know what, I was wrong. I'm sorry. Because that would be maturity. And women, like I said, are literally children.
And I worked together for a weekend. He was headlining, obviously. He's the man. He was like talking to me in the green room, just like oversimplifying how easy it is to be happy. Where he's just like, it's just have a good time. And I was like, but what if you're sad? He's like, what is sad? Like he just kept
just
being
don't
like,
be sad. Yeah, it's easy.
Just oh god, you're the thing in the depression books that is like a trigger for everybody. Where they're like, I know it's hard when you have a friend who's just like, just don't be like that. And it's like,
Yeah,
well,
you
that
are.
friend doesn't understand.
So then you pitch me on why you have all these reasons to be sad. You're killing it. You're very talented. You're very beautiful. You've got a TV show in the works. You just did Conan. You just killed on stage. People come to see you. You've got a great podcast. You have great friends. I know you have a very functional, normal, great family. So what is your... Go ahead. What are you walking? What are you driving around the town going, isn't it hard to be Taylor Cummings? Like, what is your problem? Go ahead. Pitch me on your problems, Taylor.
You did this in San Diego, and it was the same thing where I was driving home just like, he tricked me. How did he do that?
No, pitch me on what your beef is.
Oh, God. Someone else talk to him. Okay.
And I think at the end of the day, most men have the same question. What is actually the problem? We're not talking about struggles. We're talking about problems. What is the actual unsolvable problem that we're facing today? Modern women make it seem like it's a crisis. It's not. It's not. Very few things that you guys go through is actually a crisis. Now, we're not downplaying people being depressed, because that's serious. That's very serious. But the stuff that he's saying, it's like, well, you just did this, you did that, you did this, you did that. What do you have to be upset about? What's wrong? You need to start being a little bit more grateful. And this is where the standards that a lot of modern women have mess them up, because they work themselves into a depression. Whereas you might be moderately happy to really excited. Man, I just killed it on stage. I did X, Y, and Z. Man, I'm on top of the world right now. You work yourself into a state of sadness and then into a state of depression because you're not appreciative, right? And once again, we're not talking about people who are actually going through that type of stuff. You know, that's something that they've battled for years. And even, recently they started battling that type of stuff. We're talking about modern women who are actually working themselves into a state of depression by saying, oh man, I just did great. Man, I just got a promotion at my job. I'm making 100,000. And then they look over at their friend or their colleague and say, but I'm not making as much as him or her. Why not? They're still making, I'm making 100K. They're making 120K. What did I do wrong? How come they got a promotion of 120K and I got a promotion of 100? Why is it that I go from 90 to 100 and they go from 110 to 120? I think I did more work than them, so I should have been at least at 110. You see what I mean? Working themselves into, I'm not valuable. This company doesn't value me. I'm getting left behind. What is this work for? And then you work yourself into a state of depression and you're complaining. And it's almost like, man, nothing's going right, which people do from time to time. A lot of people do it from time to time. You have to stop and, like they say, smell the roses. It is not as bad as you think. And that's what his message to you is. We're not saying that you don't have problems. We're saying, hold on. Before you spiral, think about all of the other things that you have to be grateful for.
I feel like body count don't matter.
Okay.
And if it does matter, you insecure. Because why you
Okay.
want to know how, like, why you want to know that? Why do you want to know that? And why does that matter to the now? Like, I can understand you don't want it to be too high, I
Yeah.
guess, but that's out of your control.
Okay.
It shouldn't matter. It's about the
I'm gonna say if you got two cars in front of you, you got two Hellcats, both of them the exact same goddamn car, same year, same color, same model, everything. But you ask for the Carfax on both of them, and you see one been in way more wrecks and shit, damn near been totaled, and the other one just had a fender bender. Both of them refurbished now.
Okay.
Which one would you feel more comfortable spending your hard-earned money on?
Of course, the one that ain't been in all them wrecks.
Okay. So if I do that about my car just because I don't want to waste my money, don't you think it's justified in me doing even more about the woman I plan on spending my life with? If I'm doing all this about a car, I'm asking for Carfax and all this shit about some material shit that's going to give out on me in 5-6 years anyway. Don't you think I should do even more questioning and Carfax about my woman?
When did it become such a problem for women wanting a man who's a provider? Like, since when is that such an issue? Because back in the day, I'm not trying to get spiritual, but if you look in the Bible, men are supposed to be providers and women are supposed to be nurturers. So when did the issue about a men providing become such a thing? Like, why is that a thing? Like, why are you guys looking at women?
We ain't providing for everybody now.
I get that too.
You gotta have some standards.
I agree. But why is it a problem, or why is it such a big topic that a woman wants a man who makes a little money?
Nah, the problem is because it turns into a scenario where women are going to whoever the highest bidder is. So you can have that love you that make 80,000, but this that don't give about you to make 150,000 get your attention. You feel me? So it's like, what's the point of being a good when the richest ain't gonna win? Yeah, the richest ain't gonna win.
Okay, guys, we're gonna call my ex. We're gonna be like New Year US. We're gonna see what he gonna say. Kind of scared. 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 So if you don't answer, this is what you say. Hello. Hey.
What's good?
I just wanted to say, New Year, New Us. New Year, New Us. Like, it's New Year's. New Year, New Us.
What the fuck? Get off my phone with this childish ass bullshit, bro. This is exactly why we're not together now. Your ass always on that childish shit, bro. I been told you about that shit. Get the fuck off my phone.
Why he do you like that?
Someone knocking on the door? Nah, I can't hear anything. Nah, I can hear a small knock. Just check if someone's at the door. Listen, bro, if no one's there, if someone was there, they'd ring the doorbell. I'm not getting up. Okay, it's probably a small wind.
Yo, so homie left shorty because she's way too close to her male best friend.
I got broken up with because I posted this video on my story. Okay, broken up with is dramatic, as I was only talking to him for 3 weeks and we went on one date. But after I had posted that story, he was so annoyed with me. He basically told me that he doesn't do guy best friends with the girls that he's speaking to. And if he's pursuing someone, he just doesn't really respect the fact that I have a male in my life that I love real bad. Now, some of you may be as confused as me because this is literally my best friend of 6 years. He's like my brother at this point, and I would never even look at him a certain way. But this guy was serious, and he was not letting up on this boundary that he had placed. So the only thing I could do was respect it. I explained to him what the situation was, that it was not like that, but he wasn't hearing it, so he cut me off.
Yo, shout out to homie for seeing the red flags early and cutting this chick off because he already knew that 3 was a crowd. Yo, guys, no. A male best friend is a dude just waiting his turn, bro. Just waiting in line for shorty to, to give it up at some point, to be unhappy, to come to him with her problem, and then that's that, bro. Ain't no dude spending money on a chick, precious time, resources, attention, all that for free. It's just not happening. oh, she's like my sister. Man, get the hell out of here with that. And then y'all look like y'all a couple. She looked like she coupled up with homie. Got the fan, did her makeup. She coming out. She all out, pulling out all the stops to look mad good while she with homie. And homie look like he ain't bumming it neither. So come on, bro. The signs be there. These chicks think we stupid. Have more respect for yourself. Men and women as platonic best friends. And then she said, yo, you know, I love them real bad. Like you talking about your best friend that's not related to you by blood the way you're supposed to be talking about your mans. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is like coming into that relationship with this chick, she already looked like she in a relationship. Like, three's a crowd, bro. What am I supposed to do? Hang out with this dude? Make him my best friend too? Like, get out of here with that. So, good thing for him seeing the signs early. You know, this chick look like she don't give it. And having that male best friend is going to keep her single for the rest of her life for any respectable dude that come after. So,
see, what y'all will do is y'all will do what y'all are not supposed to be doing. And when a man says, I'm really not comfortable with that, and I would like to get that rectified before we get into a relationship. But then sometimes because a man likes you so much, he'll go ahead and say, well, you know, I would really like to get that taken care of. I'm not comfortable with that, but I like you as a person overall. And then he gets into a relationship with you and you just say, oh, well, you know who I was. You knew who I was when you got into a relationship with me. I'm going to do whatever I want to do, yada, yada, yada. When you should have just done what the man asked you to do. It was simple enough. Just do it. Who's more important? The man that you're going to be with for the rest of your life? Or your friend that probably, if he was in a relationship, his girl would ask him to do the same thing for you, to you, with you. And even you would probably ask your man to do the same thing for you if he had a really close girlfriend. Well, I'm really not comfortable. I'm thinking of her right now. Straight up told that man, hey, you know, I understand y'all are friends, but, you know, I'm still not comfortable with her. And he said, okay, well, you know, I got to let her go. So, I mean, modern women don't respect boundaries. They want to push the envelope. And when a man actually puts his foot down and says, hey, that's not something, you know, I said before I didn't want it. And honestly and truly, that's not going to be something that I really am comfortable with. So I'm going to have to cut you off. All of a sudden, you're shocked.
And just a heads up for 2026, yeah, playing hard to get does not work anymore. That advice was perfect for a time when people had less options, less access to other people, less money, less opportunities. That is not now. Now, people have the internet, we have everybody that we can talk to, so there is no point in running and chasing after somebody that doesn't appear to want you. This goes for both men and women, by the way. Nobody's chasing you. As soon as somebody expresses interest, you tell them, I think we should just be friends, you better mean it, because no one is going to check and make sure that you're serious. Healthy dating in 2026 looks like communication, effort, consistency on both ends. And if you have any type of problem with that, feel free to thank feminism.
As a man, why would you say the word no? That is a very feminine word, especially when you use it with a woman. It is not nice, and we need you to tap into your masculinity.
Many years from now, there is going to be a quiet crisis, loneliness in women especially. Not because women failed, not because they weren't capable or intelligent, but because they were handed a script or a blueprint that left out the consequences. Be self-sufficient, put your career first, you don't need a man. So they followed it. They pushed love down the line. They delayed the family. They treated commitment like something that could always wait until it didn't. Fast forward a few years later. You're older, no partner, no children, no legacy, just some noise to fill that silence. Meanwhile, your grandmothers had way fewer choices, but way stronger direction. They built families, they built the roots, they built something bigger than themselves. And this generation swapped it all for convenience. Legacy for pleasure, meaning for freedom without structure. And here's the part that nobody likes to talk about. The men that they overlooked in their 20s, they didn't just vanish. They were building, failing, learning, becoming disciplined, and becoming men. Men don't peak early. They compound with time. Value grows with time and skill and responsibility. Women don't gain leverage by delaying everything. That is not cruelty. That is reality. Every decision comes with a cost. Modern narratives today did not remove the bill, they just postponed it, and the outcome is usually the same. Distractions instead of connection. Comfort instead of intimacy, and independence without fulfillment. This is not about going backward. It's about correcting the course. We don't need less ambition. We need stronger values, commitment, family, masculine leadership, feminine devotion, and a shared purpose, because freedom without foundation doesn't liberate. It isolates you completely. And tradition wasn't the problem. Abandoning it was.
And really that script is causing modern women to fumble good men. I was reading I think a comment where a woman was talking about she had an extraordinary man and broke off the relationship with him because she felt like people around them were rushing them to get married too early. She then said, 14 years later, he came back and said, now are you ready to get married, and proposed again. And this time she said no again because she felt like he would be settling. And he was like, I don't feel like I'm settling. I really liked you. We're still single. Why don't we just go ahead and get married, you and I? Let's pick up where we left off. No, my moral compass won't allow me to do it. What moral compass? Your moral compass needs to be recalibrated. It needs to be recalibrated. Because if the man is coming back and saying, hey, listen, I don't know what we had going on back then. You felt like people were trying to force us to get married. I'm saying we don't have that pressure anymore. So while all of the pressure and all of the outside drama is just you and I, we've got a couple of years under our belt and we can focus on what we want to focus on. Because once again, it's just you and I. No, my morals won't let me do that. You don't have any morals. You don't have any morals. You're not that great of a person. Now you're saying, no, I'm not going to marry you when you propose a second time because I feel like you would be settling. I can be the wife that you need, but I just feel like I did you wrong in the past. Well, yeah, you did him wrong because you allowed outside noise to ruin your relationship when you could have just said, you know what? I know y'all want us to get married, but we're not ready to do that. Give us a few years and we'll see where we are. Instead of just saying that, you break off the whole thing, fumble. And then when a man says, hey, I understand we were probably young and you probably weren't ready. I wasn't ready. So let's try to give it another shot. You say to that, well, this time I don't want you to settle. No. It's you. The problem is you. There's so many angles to this that I can dig into. But the point is the script is messing these modern women up to where they're talking themselves out of, by their own admission, fantastic relationship.
Y'all girls go from a broke to a rich and say, look how I upgraded. You went from a wife to being somebody's. You did not upgrade. You just switch your role to play a less position on a better team. That's really it. Like, you could have played on the Charlotte Hornets and been a Hall of Famer, and been set for life on the Max's contracts. But instead, you wanted to play on the Denver Nuggets, but not get in the game at all. It's your career. That's all I'm saying. But I need y'all to stop thinking y'all upgraded because y'all got more money or like that. Did you get who likes you more? Did you get who loves you more? Did you get that? If not, you didn't upgrade, gang. You just got a different person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've had a girl get with me and be like, oh, I upgraded. My last was 5'8". I got a 6'1" nigga who play football. Shorty, I think I don't even really like you. You just cute. He actually loved you. He wanted to spend time with you, take you on dates. I don't plan on being seen in public with you. You did not upgrade. You got in a worse position.
Pro-marriage tip. If your wife ignores you, hand her a coloring book. That way she's acting like a child and she'll then stop ignoring you. That is for sure.
Why is it when women leave a relationship, they rack up hella bodies?
Because you're retarded. I'm not even getting out the shower. That's how pissed off this got me. Let me tell you something. Because you hoes have in your brains, I'm mad because I was actually loyal to a guy. And your thought process is, I'm going to go ahead and do host and lower my value and get my pussy desecrated, basically, and polluted by random dicks now because I'm mad about him. That's how stupid you are. That's ass backwards. Think about it. If I was with the girl and I was good to her and she cheated on me and I left her, now I be a dog ass dude. But I'd be wrong for that, right? And then I'm just every random that I can pull and be like, yeah, I've been a good guy and look what happens. Now I'm gonna just take chances, Russian roulette, and go through a whole gauntlet. You see how stupid it sounds? If a man do it, a woman do it, gay, straight do it, it don't matter. So how about just learn from what happened, see the signs and the red flags, and just evolve.
So all the men from my previous post saying that they have found peace by being alone and they're not trying to date because they just want peace. Are you trying to say that we don't bring peace to your life?
You don't care. You never care.
I have to disagree. I do not think that if a woman that you so desired was available to you, you would choose peace over commitment, good meals with conversation, and things like that. So I'm going to call your bluff.
There are people who will sleep with you who don't really like you. I didn't even use the word love. They don't like you. They are irritated by you. They don't want to be in your presence. Would rather be with somebody else, but will still have an encounter. And many of you have been duped, thinking that intimacy is going to save it. And it really creates a greater wedge. There are people.
Has a man ever told you that 80% of women are going after the top 20% of men? And that's why there's this epidemic of men that can't find partners.
Anyway, they set the stat that was like 20% of people joining dating sites at that time were already married. And I was like, that's crazy. So then I just looked up, did my own little research. You want to know how many people now joining dating apps are already in a relationship or married? 65%. 65%. They did a study last year, and over 2/3 of people joining Tinder were already in a relationship or married. That's insane. And people wonder why it is so hard for this.
I can't switch the fact that we're only attracted to 20% of men. Okay, I can't change that. I can't change the fact that half of women by 2030, this is 6 years away, half of women are going to be single and childless. This was a study done by bankers, not people that have a political agenda. So if you're married to be, I always say though, if we banned side chicks, if we made it illegal or something, the first people that would complain are women. There are women that go to NBA games trying to get men to cheat on their wives.
So what does he get for paying all of your bills?
He get me.
Okay, and what else? But don't you get him?
Yes.
Wait a minute, I'm asking if I'm paying all the bills and you don't want me to be just you. Okay, cool, I got that. All right, you saying, I'm asking, what do I get for paying all of your bills?
You get me. That's good enough.
But you get me and I get you, we even.
No, we're not even if you're going to be out here cheating.
No, I just said, okay, if I'm not cheating,
yeah.
why I got to pay bills then?
No, who said you had to pay all the bills? You said you got to pay bills.
Women said that shit.
Listen.
So if I was with you, we can go 50-50?
We can't go 50-50.
Oh, see. Exactly. Tomato. See, I'm supposed to pay all the bills, teach your son how to catch. Yeah, 4 vacations a year, all those things. Make sure her nails and feet's done. Take care of an LA Fitness membership. And you know what she gonna give me? Pussy. Well, I gave you dick. Last time I checked, we was even. You got a nut, I got a nut. It ain't my goddamn wet ass spot in the middle of the bed. So why I gotta pay all the bills if we both just giving each other us?
I'm bringing stability. I'm bringing you love.
Stability?
Yes, everything.
Stability costs money. You don't want to spend nothing. How we gonna be stable with no money? The lights won't be stable. The gas won't be stable. The AC definitely won't be stable. When you go out in that car, the police pull your ass over, the insurance ain't stable without no money. So how you gonna bring stability if you ain't bringing a check? Ugly money. Oh. Okay, so you bringing stability. So, all right, I gotta pay the bills, yes, and I get some cash. Okay. Fellas, focus on yourself. So at this point, I'm tired of talking. I done told y'all. Now, just 2 days ago, it was at 15,000. Now we at 20,000, and y'all playing. You still dealing with that job you hate. You still going to work 40 hours a week for 40 years to make 40,000. And I just made what you make, half of what you make all year in 1 month. DM #content, y'all playing. It's a bag out here that y'all missing, and I can teach you how to get it. Yeah, you gonna have to spend a little money to know. But goddamn it, if you spend $500 to make $20,000, I think that's a good ass investment. DM me now for the price go up. It's that ugly money. Let's start 2026 off winning.
If men's jobs disappeared tomorrow, society would crumble. If women's jobs disappeared tomorrow, society would be fine.
Oh, really? Who's going to raise all the children?
Women aren't even raising their own kids. They're in daycare.
That's actually
They're
incorrect.
in daycare and public school. No, it's $1 billion industry.
It is $1 billion industry,
Yeah.
but statistically, women have the majority of childcare burden. And not a lot of people can afford daycare nowadays.
Well, who is the kid spending the most time with if the mom's at work? Most mothers work nowadays. So the kid is spending more time at school or at daycare.
I'm so sick of women trying to sell a 40-year-old cat. Stop. Stop trying to sell a cat in your 40s. Just give it to somebody that appreciates it. They make you a couple of dollars. Out here trying to sell a cat from the 80s. Stop. Don't nobody want to buy no cat from the 80s. Look, I like playing Nintendo. It's fun. I don't want to go buy one. Stop selling cat. Just cut.
If a man cries in front of me, say like he's having a horrible day and we go on a date, and he cries and starts complaining about all the horrible things that happened in his day and this and that, that's going to turn me off.
Open up to a woman? Yeah. Never. No, never.
When's the last time you think you've opened up to a woman?
We don't.
Just be quiet, man. Just stop talking. Nobody wants to hear you talk. Just say that you don't like men. Just say that you don't care about men's feelings. Y'all be mad when men lock y'all out. Y'all don't really understand that it's not just the emotions that men lock y'all out of. It's the stuff that comes with it that y'all be mad about. Oh, the man didn't tell me that he was sad. Oh, male loneliness epidemic. Men are not lonely enough. When you don't make a man feel safe, then a man goes into hiding, quote unquote. And I use hiding loosely, but I use it to say the man retracts. He steps back from society. That's when y'all are going to start having problems. That's when y'all have problems. Well, we ain't having no problems. We doing all right. When y'all get on that subway or that train or that bus and a man don't get up and give you a seat. When y'all be walking into a building and the man don't hold the door, he don't hold the elevator. When a man don't be opening your doors no more in a car, he don't be giving you a seat or letting you skip. Hey, you go ahead, go first. I'm standing behind you in line. That's when you start to see it. When that man, you struggling, sit on that lawn and watch you fight with a robber over a phone, you probably could have let go, and then you upset because a man don't jump up and run to your aid. That's when you're going to start to feel it. When you're on the side of the road, whether it's in the daytime or at nighttime, and the man says, I would love to, but I don't want to get in trouble. She going to have to call AAA or handle that flat tire on her own. That's when you're going to start to feel it. But y'all not going to hear it. Y'all going to see it. And unfortunately, in this day and age, men are starting to realize that they are going to have to show you better than they can tell you.
Okay, so tell me if I'm wrong in this situation.
If they start their statement like that, 9 times out of 10, they're wrong. Viewer discretion is advised.
Me and my boy, we had a debate about this situation that I went through because my boy feel like I'm being prideful, and I feel like it was self-respect. I was talking to this guy. The communication was good at first. Then after a few days, he started being very inconsistent. Like, he'll hit me up in the morning, disappear for the rest of the day, hit me up in the morning again, whatever. So I just got tired of it. And one day he hits me up, I reply back to him, he asks me a question, and I just never reply back to him.
Red flag number 1. Now, I haven't heard the whole story. However, just from that part there, it seems to me that you only did not reply back to him because he's been inconsistent. Now, we don't know the reasons for him being inconsistent. However, you adding more fuel to the fire isn't helping the situation.
The next day, he felt the need to hit me up again and say, oh, hey, good morning. By the way, just letting you know, you never replied back to me. In that scenario, I didn't say nothing back to him. Like, I didn't say, like, oh, well, I did that because you did that. It's because when I'm first talking to somebody, I like to play dumb. Because I want to see if you're serious about this.
Well then, my assumption was correct. You said it yourself, you like to play games. And the games you like to play is you let somebody text you, you don't text back on purpose just to see if they're going to double text you to see if they're serious about you or not, which is very childish if you ask me.
Right? So instead, I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I thought I replied back to you. He was like, no, but it's fine. And then he asked me another question, but I was at work. So I wasn't able to respond back to him right away. So he texted me again, like, oh, but what you're doing? So I told him, I'm at work. Disappears. Then the next day, he hits me up like, oh, hey, good morning. What are you doing after work? I ghost him. I never replied back to him.
Okay, so this is your third offense. You still with the ghosting and not replying back to him for what? What are you trying to accomplish here? And not only are you ghosting him, you're also being disingenuous by saying that, oh, I thought I'll text you back, knowing that you did not text him back on purpose. Why are you like this? I thought the premise was to talk to this man. If you don't want to talk to him anymore, stop replying entirely. What's the point of this? You engage in conversation with him, the conversation starts to gain momentum, and you just stop because you're trying to prove what exactly?
And then my boy was like, oh, you see, but that was the opportunity to tell him, like, oh, hey, if you want to continue to speak to me, you should, I want somebody who's going to be consistent and plan dates. Like, I'm not like your last minute thought. And I was like, no, I'm not going to say that to a person that I never met before. I'm not going to go that extra because I feel like I'm doing too much. I feel like if you really liked me from the beginning, you would have been consistent and you would have been planning a date.
Okay, if that is your logic, based on your logic, that means that man does not like you. Why are you still texting back? Why are you even doing the antics that you are doing right now? It doesn't make sense.
Like, me telling you to do that to a person that I never met a day in my life, it's kind of like, I feel like I look desperate. And I feel like I'm doing too much. And he was like, oh, no, you see, that's the pride in you. Sometimes you have to let people know about themselves so they could fix that. If you can't get it right, you can't get that simple part right in the beginning, I could just only imagine how it's going to be the rest of the relationship. So for that, I just rather not talk to you. Like, am I wrong for that?
Let me be the first to say I am so happy that both of y'all are not talking anymore. Because if we're being completely honest, neither one of y'all are ready for a relationship. You still playing childish-ass games. He can't be consistent with you. At this point, it's pointless. And for the record, everything your homeboy said was correct. But you know what? You ain't gonna listen to me. I'm just a normal guy.
You know the man you decided to lay down and create a life with? That you see every day? Why don't you go back and live with him and work it out? Instead of trying to do this over and over again with new guys who ain't gonna marry you. And they got nothing invested in your son. How about that?
He lives with his parents. I don't want to move to his parents' house.
Okay, well, ma'am, you picked it.
I did. I'm not bashing
So
or anything.
instead of he moved to his parents, were you guys living in a house together when you were married?
We were, yes.
All right. Any kind of mental problems or anything like that right now?
No. Mm-mm.
Then he could move into your house with your son and put his family back together. I know it's crazy to think that the person you made a baby with would have more of an interest in making sure that your son and his son had the best outcome versus random guys coming through the house just to have interactions with you, knowing they don't want to stay for a long time. Just a thought, especially since you can honestly say today, you didn't really give therapy an open shot. Mm-hmm. But it sounds to me that he's still reasonable enough with you to where he's co-parenting effectively.
He is.
Well, then what do you want? Do you want love, romance? Do you want a soulmate? Is that what you want?
I do.
Then go watch a Disney movie. You're a mother. You get duty. Duty to your son, duty to your husband, duty to your family. The women who came before you guys understood that they needed to have a duty to everyone else, not just their fifis.
Facts are, if you can't stand being around the person that you're with, then leave them. But you don't want to leave them because they give you a cushiony life that you know nobody else will be able to provide for you, especially now that you're washed up. So you sit there and deal with it despite the fact that you hate that man until it gets to a point where you divorce him and try to take half of everything he owns, and then you spend the rest of your life being nothing other than a used rag for people to come in. It's actually ironic how much women project because they're the ones that coined the phrase, oh, just say you don't love your wife. Oh, just say that you don't want to treat your wife well. When they're the ones that typically don't want to serve their husbands, don't want to treat their husbands well, don't want to respect what their husbands have to say, but expect their husbands to give them everything. If he wanted to, he would, and so would she.
If you know I get my nails done every 2 weeks, and I'm down this week, and I'm like, I really wish I had my nails done.
Well, that means you don't have your priorities in check. That means you don't need your nails done this week.
That's
that means
true.
You can't handle it.
That's true, but that's the thing. I always give everybody knows that. I don't need you to. It's just that
now you
it
just
is
gonna
what
be
it is.
without.
And that's
His
true.
needs
But
and
that
his
also
wants.
means you're just not someone I can look towards to be like, okay.
Over nails? Y'all can't even wipe your asses with these nails.
I
This
can,
shit ain't
though.
that important. What the fuck?
And I'm not signing a prenup. Because what do you mean when they slide you a paper saying, okay, here's everything that comes with your marriage? You're going to be like, hold up. I don't want this part. I don't want her to have access to this.
So you just never want to be married. Because in this day and age, women have weaponized marriage. So most men aren't getting married, which is why you see a lot of women complaining, oh, I've been with him for 7 years, he's never proposed to me. Well, men are terrified of marriage now. And you want to know why? Because women think like this. This woman is a prime example of why nobody wants to get married anymore. Because why are you sitting there talking to me about you want to be able to have half my if we divorce? So you're already thinking about divorce. At the end of the day, this isn't 1980. You feel me? 1920s, whatever it was. All right? Back in the day, it was property. Women were literally property. They could not work, right? Which is why if they got divorced, they got half of this because they can't survive. They've never had a job. They spent their entire life in the home. That makes sense. If you're a housewife and you catch your man cheating, 100%, you get half of all of it. You should get 80% of his. You were a good woman and he cheated on you. But you're not a stay-at-home mom. You're a strong, independent woman. So if you didn't catch us cheating and you just woke up one day and you're like, I don't like him anymore, I like somebody else, then honestly, you should give up half of your. I feel like whoever initiates the divorce, unless there is substantial evidence and reasoning to do so, whoever initiates the divorce gives up 50% of their.
Choose your wife, but they all come with a little something.
I'm Jessica, and everything has to be my way. The house, the schedule, your friends. If I don't approve, it's not happening. Madison! And who's Sarah? Why is she texting you? Let me see your phone. N-O-W. Hey, I'm Brittany, and yeah, I go out like every night. What? You want me to stay home? Boring. You're not my dad.
I'm Ashley, and I need things. Nice things. If you can't afford me at my most expensive, you don't deserve me.
I'm Emily, and if you ever leave me, I'll die. I mean it. You're all I have. Don't ever go anywhere without telling me.
Victoria, and there's things about me you'll never know. My phone, off limits. My past, don't ask. Just trust me, or don't.
I'm Rachel, and I just think it's funny how my friend's husband bought her a Range Rover and you got me this. Also, you're loading the dishwasher wrong. Again.
Ladies, here are 7 things that your man wants you to know. 1, men are not mind readers. If you want something, use your big girl words and just tell us. If you say that nothing is wrong, everything is fine, we are going to act accordingly. We know that it's not. But honestly, it's just not worth the fight of trying to drag it out of you. 2, you can either tell us you want something done, or you can tell us how to do it. Not both. If you already know the best way to do it, go ahead, do it yourself. 3, we rarely ask for details, so don't expect them. When we tell you our buddy is getting a divorce, that's literally all we know. We don't care why, we just know that he's going to need a gym buddy soon so he can get back into dating shape. And you should be thankful for that much. That works for you too. 4, we are problem solvers. Only come to us with an issue if you want to know how to fix it. That's how we operate. If we want someone to feel bad for your problem, talk to your girlfriends. That's what they're there for. 5, we don't hold on to things, neither should you. All past comments become null and void after 10 days. We've moved on, already forgotten everything that we've done wrong, so should you. 6, we are doers. It is our primal instinct to simply take action and respond quickly, without thought. It keeps you safe. So if we say something without thinking, and it can be interpreted 2 different ways, one of those ways makes you sad or super angry, we meant the other way. End of story. And lastly, we love you for you. We don't care about your makeup or extra stuff. So when you think we're having a bad day, just send us a booby pic right out of the shower. No need to wait until you're all done up for the day. We've seen your morning after look. We're not scared. So once again, if you care, send a pair. Write that down.
That's our thing.
And that's why we're happy. Write that down.
What is the problem with black men? We talking about black community. What is y'all problems with single moms? Because y'all hate us.
It's not the fact that men hate single mothers. It's the fact that single mothers come with more. There's more things that a man has to take care of when dealing with a single mother. She's coming with some extra. And some men, whether they want to or not, can make the choice whether they want to deal with it or not. You dig what I'm saying? That's their responsibility. I'm a big, Biz a little. I got more weight than him. I come with more weight. You can choose whether you want to fuck on a big nigga or fuck on a skinny nigga. So you got kids. She don't. I choose. I want to fuck. Ain't got no kids. That is my choice. That is my preference. Now you are not shamed for your preference in men, but a lot of times men are shamed for our preference. We hate you. Y'all hate us. No, that's our preference. Because if a nigga ain't got no kids, shit, he ain't wrong for not wanting a woman that ain't got no kids. That's his preference. So just because you don't fit his preference don't mean that he hates you. Just because you don't like big don't mean you hate me. Somebody like this shit. Somebody like this shit.
That was a good answer.
Thank you, man.
Every day some new beefing with my right now, but life still lit. Riding down the strip, $500,000 whip. 5 M's for the kid for ice like this.
We don't need to live in a generation where she's equal value of 50-50 with finances, but it needs to be reciprocation of energy. If I'm putting my all into this, why the fuck am I getting bare minimum? And then be talking about something, supposed to be a provider. You never seen a king tell his queen to do anything, but I promise you to God, that queen gonna have 5 kids, she gonna suck his dick, spit, and she gonna make sure they eat on a day-to-day basis. And if a peasant talk to him crazy, she's right there to justify. So like, y'all ain't the same. You can't compare yourself to a queen. What the fuck about you as a queen?
That's 100%. You ain't said shit wrong. You know it's crazy. I think 2025, the internet and all that. Everybody think they so disposable. Think they can just get back on Instagram and find another. You're not, gang.
Too much of other people's lives. Y'all is setting y'all relationship status based off what you seen on the internet. You have $5 in your bank account. Your man has $1,000 in his bank account, and you're looking at it, millions of dollars, and up down. You feel me? Probably has at least 6 figures. You talking about something? I want to be like Moneybag Yo and Ari. What the fuck are you talking about?